Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Crestwood for tonight's matchup between the Wyoming area Warriors and the Crestwood Comets. John Mendola with you here in the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. I want to thank our friend, the John Hulick Agency. With the Knights of Columbus, you can give them a call, 570-574-1419. The John Hulick Agency. Thank you. Also, Darrell Hubbard, State Farm. Daniel J. Hughes Funeral Home, McCarthy Tire, Manuka Subaru, it's all we do. Our Karen Janelle, the pizza capital of the world. Comets Law, located on 46 Public Square in Wilkes-Barre. Those are the people we want to thank for tonight.
Only participants from tonight's contest are permitted on the field. We have the potential of a great contest. Let's make it happen with your positive support.
So we're fortunate to be playing some football tonight up here in Mountaintop. As we know,
as we play our national anthem.
Our national anthem. So we get ready to get underway here in Mountaintop as Wyoming area. And, of course, Crestwood. We appreciate you joining us tonight and thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service here in Wilkes-Barre. Or in McCarthy Tire Service in Wilkes-Barre. We're here in Mountaintop tonight. So here we go. Crestwood will come out to kick off tonight. So it's going to be number 7, Ethan Shudak, to kick it away and boot it deep to the Warriors of Wyoming area. Crestwood scheduled to have Hanover area next week. That game ain't happening. Crestwood defers. Wyoming area, they've got Lake Lehman next week. So that should be pretty darn interesting. Wyoming area will,
number 7 to kick off for the Comets.
Will send back Rocco Pisano. And 2 other Warriors as we get ready to get underway here. 2 minutes before 7 o'clock. And that'll float into the end zone. Leo Harros lets it go into the end zone, and out will come the Warriors with their offense. On paper, this thing should be a coin flipper between Wyoming area and Crestwood. We have had some one-sided games thus far this year. Well, let's see what happens. So out comes Wyoming area. We'll send 2 guys over to the far left-hand side. Adam Sigmund will be over there. He'll give it over on the right-hand side. Williams with the handoff. Jacob Williams, number 17, part of that state championship team from last year. And the Warriors will head back after gaining about 4, second down and 6.
Making 4.5 yards, second down and 6.
So we'll see some Wyoming area running back action tonight. Let's see what they do tight to the line of scrimmage. It looked like they're just going to line up and run the football. Harris on the right-hand side and tackled from behind over there by the Comets. So coming up with that tackle for the Crestwood Comets is Ryan Harding. He wears number 36. 6'1", 205-pound senior. You may see the pace of this game go quickly tonight with both teams looking to run the football here in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. So Williams going to throw a quick stop route right at the sticks. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. And the Warriors are going to be a chain gang of moving right at about the 31-yard line.
Pass was complete to number 15.
So that is number 15, Blaze Sokach Minnick with the reception here for Wyoming area. They'll send 2 receivers. They'll send the tight end over to the left-hand side and a receiver way out here in an I backfield again. It'll be Williams under center. Crestwood trying to penetrate, and they do. And good defense there by the Comets. 3-4 guys in on Harrows. So a nice job there by Crestwood. So leading the charge there for the Crestwood Comets. Caleb Benjamin in on the stop. And also Harding.
On the tackle. Second down and 12.
So the Warriors now lose 2. They'll send 2 receivers over to the right. I backfield, tight end to the left. Williams gives to Harrows. Harrows met the backfield. Good defense there by the Crestwood Comets all over it.
Stoltz, number 22, met him in the backfield.
So good defense once again.
Down and 12.
Well, might have been Logan Arnold in on that stop there for Crestwood. And now Williams will bring a guy in motion. It'll be Harrows. Harrows will go back around, and then it'll swing out, and then they're looking to throw a screen on the right-hand side. They got somebody, but Crestwood sniffs that out quickly on third down. 3 defensive players over there, including
number 42.
Jimmy Hawley. And it also looked like Cole Kakelchik right there as well. 6 foot, 205-pound, 10th grader. DeMarzo will be back deep as the Warriors of Wyoming area will kick this away. Jaden Russin wearing number 27. High snap. Russin settles it down and then trickles that forward. Not a big punt at all, so the Warriors come up with a little boo-boo and goes up across the 45-yard line. That's where Crestwood will take over. Ryan Petrosky, he'll be the guy for the Crestwood Comets getting the snap. 8:26 on the clock, so we burned a couple of minutes so far tonight here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service of Wilkes-Barre. So here comes Crestwood, I backfield, H back over on the right-hand side. We'll give it off on that right side. And Matt in the backfield. Nice job as they tried to get that to Benjamin. But coming in on that stop,
69 met him in the backfield.
Hinkle, part of it, with a big hit by Nick Elko.
Ball's on the 48-yard line.
Elko's a big daddy on that team last year. So it's going to be number 34, Brendan Dennis. sophomore, will get the snap. Looks to throw it in the flat. It's picked off, and it's going the other way. And Wyoming area sniffs that out and picks it right near the 32-yard line. So a huge play over there by the Warriors. So nice job over there for Wyoming area as Jacob Williams jumped the route. And it's going to be the 34-yard line where they say he was down. He fell forward to the 32. So I backfield. Receivers to each side. Williams, a little handoff to the right, little dive. And he'll go forward for a couple of yards. It's going to be second down and about 7. So once again, Drew Ruck for Wyoming area. Got a lot to offer, Drew Ruck, talented student athlete for the Warriors of Wyoming area. Receivers to each side. They'll pitch it out to the right side. Harris has a little bit of room. Harris breaks it. Harris going, staying on his feet. Touch me down as Harris takes it to the house. So a great job there by Harris of getting that thing to go right about, 31 yards out. So a touchdown from Harris at the 6:56 mark. Crestwood looked stout. They looked stout. And then Wyoming area busted one up on that right-hand side as Leo Harris scores. So the kick is up, and it's good. 7-0 the score. Wyoming area in front over Crestwood here on the John Mendola Show. I want to thank our friends at Daniel J. Funeral Home, Compassionate Care, Professional Service, servicing the greater Wilkes-Barre area. 2 locations, 617 Cary Ave, 451 North Main Street, 570-826-0600 for our friends at the Daniel J. Hughes Funeral Home. Well, we'll give you some more action next week. I think we're going to get a little girls soccer in next week. Maybe Tuesday night. Wilkes-Barre and Berwick. Dallas plays Crestwood next week in girls soccer. That should be a pretty good game. Might be able to bring you that as well at the same time. And then next Friday night, let's see where we're going to be for football. The interesting matchups going on. Of course, we're supposed to be Wilkes-Barre-Hanover. That game gets canceled. So we decide, hey, let's head up the mountaintop and check out the Wyoming area Warriors and the Crestwood Comets. Ryan Arcangeli's group. Let's see how they respond to a little adversity here, taking on the Warriors of Wyoming area, now leading 7-0. Warriors fell to Williamsport earlier this year. And here's a boot. Got to go high. Going to go down to the 10-yard line, and that's where Crestwood will try to go forward. Still battling over there. The Warriors just piling on as trying to return that was number 17, Nick Cruiser. Cruiser 5'11", 165 pounds. So Crestwood will try to bring out the offense and get something moving here. Let's see what they do here. So in the gun are the Crestwood Comets, a couple of receivers over to the right-hand side. And it'll be carried on that right-hand side and biffled over there by number 51. Benjamin gets hit by number 51 there, Bryce Hinkle.
Tackle at the line of scrimmage for no gain, 2nd and 10.
So Hinkle's playing big right now in the center of the field. Not the tallest guy, but you can tell he's a weight room guy with the way he's getting a little snap in that. So 2 guys in the backfield for the Crestwood Comets. It's going to be Noah Schultz. Noah Schultz keeps it on the right-hand side. Noah Schultz, he's got some wheels. Noah Schultz at the 50. He's going to be chased down the 40, the 20, the 10. Schultz gets pushed out of bounds. Shot out of a cannon goes Noah Schultz on that right-hand side and eventually pushed out of bounds by Rocco Pisano. So how about those wheels out of the Crestwood Comets? Petrosky over on the sideline, just kind of hanging around right now. Oh, not sure if he's dinged up just a bit, but he's hanging by Coach Arcangeli. And they'll bring out a fullback, and they'll see what they can do, as they'll have a guy right next to him. So it'll be Alex Romanowski hanging out by Noah Schultz. Right-hand side. Schultz gets met and tries to go forward, and he will be brought down right there. So Blaze Sokach Minnick in on that stop. A nice lengthy guy. Talented. So here comes the Crestwood Comets now. Spot the ball at the 8-yard line. So 2nd down and goal here for Crestwood. I backfield. In that backfield, tailback is number 26, Benjamin. They'll shuffle a guy over that way. Benjamin gets a carry. Benjamin gets rid of one guy. Benjamin trying to go forward. He gets down to the 5-yard line as Sokach Minnick again in on the stop. And good old number 51, I think we're going to say his name a bunch tonight, Hinkle. So 3rd down. Appreciate you joining us tonight here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire Service. We're in Mountain Top, Pennsylvania tonight for this matchup between Wyoming area and Crestwood. Schultz will have a guy right next to him. Long count here from Schultz. 5 seconds on the play clock. He's going to roll right. He's going to run it, but he's got nobody, and now it's a fumble in the backfield, and Crestwood will fall down. So a great job there. The pressure out of Wyoming area. Jaden Russin and crew chasing down Schultz after he had that huge play. And Petrosky comes in here. So Petrosky is now in. Let's see if Crestwood goes for it on 4th down or if they kick a field goal. They do have a kicker that could boot it really, really well. Petrosky lined up on the right-hand side against the short defensive back. Will they just try to throw the ball up to him? Got room in the end zone. To me, this is all Petrosky on the right-hand side. That's what they're going to do. They're going to throw the fade route. Petrosky caught the touchdown. The matchup was there, and Ryan Petrosky catches that ball from Schultz. Just a simple little play, and the matchup was about a 4 or 5 inch difference that Ryan Petrosky had on the defensive back. So the Comets on 4th down say, listen, we're not settling for no stinking field goal. They go for the touchdown.
Sudak for the point after.
Well, here comes the extra point here for the Crestwood Comets. And Shudak's kick buried through there. 7 apiece with 3:36 to play here in the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Live on YouTube. We're live on Roku. Live on Periscope. Live on Facebook. Apple TV. Sit in the comfort of your living room. Hey, head over to your favorite establishment. You can have something to eat and say, hey, throw on the John Mendola Show. We'd like to watch it right now on Roku or YouTube. And you can be watching the game right now chilling. If you're in your car, you got it on your phone, say, hey, just put this on, and you can watch live high school football here on Friday night, 7 to 7. Crestwood and Wyoming area knotted up after Petrosky gets put in, hey, why don't you go in and just go catch a touchdown pass? And that's exactly what he did. So here comes the Wyoming area Warriors getting ready to receive the ensuing kickoff here from Shudak. We got a good one here in Mountaintop, 7 apiece. And this one booted way back there. It's going to go into the end zone. In high school, you cannot bring out a kick out of the end zone. It is a gorgeous night for high school football tonight, and we have had such a pleasant experience with the weather. The first night of high school football was absolutely bone-chilling cold with the wind up in Dallas. And then since then, it's been pretty good. We didn't get the cramps, the heat. We didn't get all that stuff this year. We just got perfect fall weather. Now, Monday, we're supposed to get a bunch of rain, so we'll deal with that then. But here on a Friday night for football, we're getting great weather. Loving it here on the John Mendola Show. 2 receivers over to the left. I backfield. Williams will be under center. And a fumble. We got a fumble. Crestwood saying they got it. Let's see what we got. Crestwood football. Player down right now for the Warriors. And luckily from them, Elko jumps up. He's a big key for them. It just might have got cramped up there. Somebody jumped on it. Not sure who recovered the fumble, but nice defense there by the Comets. Very opportunistic with 3:31 to go. Two receivers over to the right-hand side. I backfield here for the Crestwood Comets. Schultz under center. He'll give it on the right-hand side and met immediately there by the interior line.
Met right at the line of scrimmage by 2 or 3 of the Warriors.
So Jimmy Hawley gets met over there by the interior line of Wyoming area, so nothing doing there. So Petrosky lined up at receiver on that right-hand side again, and he's going to be matched up. So you got Pisano as one defensive back, and the other defensive back is going to be Sigmund. Williams will cheat over just a little bit at outside backer. I backfield. Schultz is going to throw. Fade route again's coming. He sits on it a little long, and Wyoming area a sacking, a packing. It's a home guitar course after number 82 for the Warriors puts it away. Michael Clark.
7-yard line.
So it's going to be 3rd down and long here for Crestwood. Kicker's got the leg, and he got a little wind still coming. 2:19 on the clock here in the first quarter. Crestwood making some wholesale changes here. They got about 12 seconds on the clock. They're going to take a timeout. They're going to stop. They're going to think about it and figure out what they're going to do here on a big 3rd down. So we're here for some high school football tonight. We appreciate you joining us. Again, it's a gorgeous night for high school football. We'll get to some scores tonight here on the John Mendola Show from around the Wyoming Valley Conference. Billionaires leading Wyoming Valley West 13-7. Dunmore leads Mid Valley 7-0. So here we go. It'll be a throw. Schultz going for Petrosky. Go! Just out of his reach. Out of bounds. Looked like he came up with it, but was he in bounds? I love the matchup over here with Petrosky where you got to just keep coming and coming and coming. At some point, you're either going to force Wyoming area to change stuff up. The big height advantage here. Now, but you got 4th down. This seems like an opportunity where you kick the field goal because you got a guy with a big monster leg, but doesn't look that way. So Schultz comes over to the huddle, and they're going to send a couple of receivers over to the left-hand side. Now 2 receivers over to the right. 4 seconds. Are they going to get this off? 3, 2, timeout. Saw this happening right as soon as the play was developing here for the Comets. They weren't 100% sure. Now, again, you're looking at about a 38-yard field goal, but watching their kicker in warm-ups, he can do it. I mean, he's got a boomer of a leg. So do you take that opportunity, put 3 points on the board, or do you try to get a first down at the 9-yard line? I think that's very tough right now, unless you're going to throw it up to Petrosky again on that right-hand side. But, again, I think that opportunity, they've tried it twice. They hit 1 out of 3 of them. That might be difficult because Wyoming area might decide to bring the heat here on 4th down. So they're going to chat about that and see what they decide to do. So we appreciate you joining us again, as we said here on the John Mendola Show, for live high school football. We'll send receivers out to each side. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Schultz, they'll bring a guy in motion on 4th down. They'll fake it. The heat's coming. They're throwing it deep. Petrosky, and they overthrow him to the safety. So they end up, Ruck came in, but they end up throwing into double coverage. So here comes first down for Wyoming area. Thought maybe they should have took the boot, but they did not. They took the shot, but they threw it into a couple guys there, and Petrosky and Schultz just a little bit long. Here comes the Warriors now back on offense. Williams under center, I backfield. They'll pitch it out of the left side. It's Harrows. Harrows trying to get a little bit of room. Gets rid of one tackler, gets rid of another. Still on his feet out to the 35-yard line. Harrows biting every way that he could and finally tackled. Oh, hey, let's give some credit where some credit's due. We'll try to use my good eye, Cole Kakelchik. Let's call him Cole Kakelsick. And a face mask against Crestwood. That's going to be a chain gang mover here for the Wyoming area Warriors. So we're working down here on the clock, $1:47. It is 7-7, Wyoming area and Crestwood. So the chain gang moves. The ball be spotted at the 39-yard line. And here comes WA. They'll send Alpizano over to the far right. They've got a receiver over to the left, and the I backfield's tight. They'll give it to the fullback, and there's just nothing there. The ball comes out late. But I think it's a little bit of setup time. That's Mruck. So I think we'll see a little bit of Mruck, and then guess what? Williams is going to pull that ball out, and he might take that thing. He is a big, talented athlete. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. So the clock ticking down. We are about 13 seconds on the play clock, and the Warriors will head on out. This can be tight here because they got guys going all over the place. 4 seconds on the play clock, and now we got a timeout. Again, just a little bit of, thought here. We're a few weeks here going, and it's going to be a timeout on the field. So thank our friends, the John Hulick Agency, Knights of Columbus, 570-574-1419. Got some financial questions, and John Hulick has a lot of good answers, I'll tell you that. Give John Hulick Agency and the Knights of Columbus a call, 570-574-1419. We're also thank our friends at Manuka Subaru. It's all we do. They are open tomorrow at Manuka Subaru. Thinking of that brand new 2021 Subaru. Head to our friends, family owned, and you get dad, brother, uncle. I mean, you get everybody in the Corbett family there. Manuka Subaru, some great people. Visit our friends as we thank them at Manuka Subaru. So here comes the Wyoming Area Warriors. Elko was banged up earlier, but he's in. He's ready. Williams has a tight end on the left. He's got a receiver on the left in Pisano. He's got an eye backfield. Williams fake it. He's going to play action, looking for a roller. He's got Pisano on a deep post route. Pisano waiting for the ball, and we got a flag. That was uncatchable. But did they say the Comets held them up? But again, yeah, think about uncatchable. Their rules are different. High school, college, NFL. So there's all these different rules, and we got a flag in the backfield as well. I think these two penalties are going to offset. I think we're going to get a hold. I think we're going to get what they will say is pass interference back there. Holding against Crestwood, pass interference against Wyoming area or against Crestwood. So it'll be nothing on that.
They're going to offset, and we're going to try that down again.
So they'll do that all over. That ball was underthrown, a little too much height and not enough distance for the Wyoming Area Warriors on that particular play. They got a couple of coaches hanging out over there for Wyoming Area in the stands. There are no fans over in the stands on that side. Two receivers to the left. Single receiver to the right. Williams in the gun. He brings somebody in motion in front of him. And he gives it on that right-hand side, but the Crestwood defense is right there. So that is Vincenzo Jambra. Nothing doing as Crestwood defensively is all over it.
Stopped by Harding and several other Comets.
Harding again in there on the stop. So Wyoming Area will not need to run a play here to end the quarter. We will go to quarter number 2. The score, Wyoming Area 7, Crestwood 7. They'll come, they'll talk about it. We'll play quarter number 2 here in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania, the PIAA District 2, the John Mandola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire Service. We'll be back for the second quarter. So we are back and ready to go here at Crestwood as the Wyoming Area Warriors and the Crestwood Comets go head-to-head here on the John Mandola Show. We're live on YouTube, on Roku, on Apple TV, on Periscope, and on Facebook. Two receivers over to the right. Williams going to take his time. Williams looking. He's got Pizzano. He's over on the right-hand side trying to get it. Almost got it to his receiver, but couldn't hook up with Russin. Russin, a big daddy tight end over there with the big shoulders. He had Pizzano kind of matriculating across the field, but that didn't work out for the Warriors. And they'll send a Comet back. So it'll be Russin to punt it away. Back deep will be DeMarzo. Live high school football here in the John Mendola Show. Russin's punt, much, much better. DeMarzo by his lonesome 24-yard line. Runs into one guy. It was his own. Now he's on his feet. Got a little bit of a wall over there and gets up to about the 43-yard line. So DeMarzo just kept those feet churning and burning and got some positive yardage there for the Crestwood Comets.
Austin, number 66. Ran him out of bounds. It'll be Comet ball.
So they'll say he stepped out 41-yard line. So Crestwood will bring Schultz in as the quarterback. So Petrosky will be a receiver on the left-hand side, matched up against Pizzano. H-back on the right and an I-back field. Let's see Schultz. He fakes it. He's going to roll to his right-hand side. Elko goes off a tackle. They're going to get a holding call. Schultz still on his field across midfield. But this is going to get backed up here as a hold against the Crestwood Comets. So we're into quarter number 2.
And there is a flag holding against the Comets.
So that's going to back them up. That'll be first down and a whole bunch here for Crestwood. So the ball is spotted at the 30. They got to get to the 49. Simple math, 21 yards. First and 21. Let's do it again. So Schultz will be the guy. So Schultz will be in there. He'll have some guys back there hanging out with him, including Logan Arnold on the right-hand side. He's got 2 guys in the backfield. And now movement, and they got to get set. And they finally do, I guess, as Schultz will look to get around the corner. Schultz, little shifty leg. Schultz tries to lay one tackler. Still on his feet across the 44-yard line. So nice, nifty moves out of Schultz.
Going to be second down.
So Noah Schultz doing the job. 6'1", 170 pounds. He is a sophomore. 10:39 on the clock here for the Crestwood Comets. We'll send DeMarzo over to the right. Him and Petrosky will hang out over there and say, "What's up?" as they'll bring Schultz in under center. I backfield, Wyoming area showing a 5 front right now. Schultz, they'll pull some linemen. They'll roll to the right. Another holding call, almost intercepted. So they tried to see if they could hook Blaze Minnick so catch. Well, it'll be Matt Dean called on the hold out there on the end. And it'll push him back, way back. That's what I remember in high school. That was a good cheer.
Once again, holding against
Not
the
what
Comets.
Crestwood is cheering about right now.
Move the ball back 10 yards from the spot of the
So,
placed on the 30
looks
yard
like
line.
we got, second and 21
Second
now.
and long.
So pretty much where we were on first and 21. Now we're second and 21, but just a couple of plays later after all that hard work out of Schultz. We appreciate you joining us here on YouTube, on Roku, on Boxcast app as well. Thank you so much. John Mendola Show. Live high school football here in Mountaintop. 2 receivers over the left-hand side. They'll bring a guy in motion, DeMarzo. He'll come forward, try to get a little block around the corner, and they'll run the football, and Blaze Minnick biffles Benjamin along with Ruck. So third down and a whole bunch. Let's see what the Crestwood Comets have in store here on third down. As Arcangeli saying, stay in there. DeMarzo will come over towards the side. We'll send them in. 17 seconds on the play clock, so it seems like they're going to be okay with that. Paul Feisel will be coming over to the left as Arcangeli will go over on the better matchup. Now they'll bring two guys over to the right. So lots of shifty stuff, but there's 2 seconds on the play clock. They get it off just barely. Schultz is going to roll around the corner, deep out. No, he's throwing it over to Feisel. Is it intercepted? No, knocked away at the last possible second. So almost picked off by Harros. So that was intended for Feisel. Number one, the 6'3", 180-pound senior. But the ball came up short. So Coach Arcangeli talking to Schultz as he comes off. They'll have to punt it away. So those duties will go to Ethan Shudak. He's a junior. And back deep, Pisano. And it's buddy number 88, Adam Sigmund. His punt is high. It'll go towards Pisano and bounce down towards the 24-yard line.
Looks like about the 23-yard line.
So that's where the official will come up. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Wyoming Area Warriors. It'll be just beyond the 23. And remember this little thing. When the ball's ahead of the hash mark, it goes to the next yard. So it's really at the 24-yard line. Little tip for you. Little basic education. Not that I know a whole lot. I'm a simple guy. And we got a simple game. The game of football tonight in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania at the John Mandola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire Service. What a fantastic family the McCarthys are. Started in 1926, one of the biggest tire dealers in North America. So they'll bring a receiver over to the right-hand side. Those Wyoming Area Warriors will. Usama Ansari is over on the right-hand side. He didn't even do anything, and I'm butchering his name. Just wait till he makes a big play. So we're going to get a play in the backfield there by Crestwood. Good defense, but guess what? Face mask against Crestwood.
Penalty was a face mask, 15-yard penalty. Will put the ball out to the.
So Russin will come off, the tight end for the Warriors of Wyoming Area. And Wyoming Area will still have Elko in there. Big Papa Bear. They're up to about the 38-yard line. 8:30 on the clock, 7 apiece between Crestwood and Wyoming Area here in the second quarter. John Mandola with you. Blaze Sokach Minich over on the right-hand side. They're going to throw it. Williams, pump. Williams got a guy wide open, and he overthrew him. Harros had his guy beat by 9 yards, and Williams just strong-armed that, and nothing doing for Wyoming Area. And you'd like to say, hey, let's come back to that, but those things usually aren't open that second time. So a tough break there as Williams just put a little too much mustard on that. Usually you don't get enough mustard. That was too much mustard. You get that little spice. So now they'll send 2 receivers over to the right-hand side. High backfield. Williams. Give it on the left-hand side. And, oh, what some defense there. Let the bodies hit the floor. It looked like Harrow's coming up on the bottom of that pile. Matt Dean. Simple name, simple results. Hit him again. Hit him again. Third down.
Number 52.
Kakalachik also in, getting credit for that tackle. But I saw a whole bunch of Dean, number 70. 7:42 on the clock here in Mountaintop. 7 apiece between Wyoming Area and Crestwood. Third down, they got to get to the 48-yard line. 2 receivers over to the right-hand side. Crestwood showing a forefront. Williams going to play action. Williams rolling around the corner. Williams gets it across to Pisano right near the midfield stripe. And good old number 3, Rocco Pisano with a reception. And it's a Wyoming area first down.
It'll be a 1st and 10 Warriors, ball on the Crestwood 49-yard line.
Pisano over to the far right, eye backfield. That fullback's about a yard and a half. And then they'll give it to Harrow, so he gets tripped up in there by the interior line of Crestwood. We're going to give credit to number 52, Kakalachik. Hey, I said it right. Just like Bill the announcer, I think I got it right. Kakalachik. Here come the Warriors. Pisano to the right. Eye backfield. Williams gets down low. Play action. They're going to try to throw Pisano on a post route. Pisano, ooh, that thing was overthrown. So Williams trying to get Pisano on the post route. Nothing doing on that. Marcus Vaney back there guarding.
3rd down and 8.
Well, looking forward to this weekend. How about tomorrow? 78 degrees. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous in northeastern Pennsylvania tomorrow. 2 receivers over to the right and an eye backfield. Here's Williams rolling. Heat coming. Williams releases it and makes a connection over there. And number 88 catches it. That's Sigmund. Good discipline over there by Logan Arnold that he didn't come and biffle him. So the problem is we have a flag. It was going to be a first down. Well, now the officials are going to chat.
It was close to a first down.
Oh, that was a first down. But officials are chatting. Let's see. They got to think a lot here. So let's see what they say. So Wyoming area not happy about this. Personal foul against Crestwood. So
we had a flag
now we'll add that on.
Comets. We're going to move it up down to the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 Warriors.
So 1st and 10 here for Wyoming area. The ball is going to be spotted at the 33-yard line. It's ahead of the hash. So how about Russin now in the backfield? We're number 2-7. They'll run on the right-hand side, and they run forward to about the 29-yard line. So getting that carries number 30, Vincenzo Jambra. So Jambra with the carry.
Jambra on the carry. Stoltz. DeMarzo on the stop. Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6.
Sigmund goes over to the far left eye backfield. Russin is the fullback. Williams. They give it to the tailback again.
Jambra on the carry.
So Jambra in on the stop for Crestwood.
Harding, number 36, came
Harding.
up off the bottom of that tackle.
And Benjamin was there as well.
It's going to be 3rd down and 4. Ball is on the 28-yard line.
3rd down and less than 4 here. For the Wyoming area Warriors here in the 2nd quarter. 5:11 on the clock. John Madola here in Mountain Top, Pennsylvania, District 2, PIAA. And Wyoming area looking for another player. There's 11 seconds on the play clock. This ain't going to work. It's going to be a timeout coming any second now. Ding, 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 ding. Not going to happen. Timeout. Warriors, no way. You just can't pull that off in high school.
Warriors.
So they're going to take a timeout with 4:51 on the clock, 7 apiece between these two. And Wyoming area with a big third down coming up. So here we go. High backfield. Now a shifty. How about Big Elko over to the right, number 69? I like it. Williams, will he throw it to the Big Daddy? He throws it over the middle, and Rustin catches it. He gets upended, but not before we got a first down for the Wyoming area Warriors. Ethan Stoltz.
I don't have that number on the roster. Don't know who that was. But it is 1st and 10 Warriors.
So Russin wears double numbers. He's wearing 27 tonight. He could wear 59 if he's called upon, as Wyoming area likes to do that from time to time with some of their players. And Russin is a big dude. He's the tight end now on the right-hand side. He's lined up all over the place tonight. Williams will give it on the right-hand side, and Jambra running into somebody at the 10-yard line, and it'll be second down. So the Wyoming area Warriors could still get a first down at about just inside the 3-yard line. We're at the 4-minute mark here in the first half.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
They'll send over their receiver over to the far left-hand side. Had a catch earlier in Sigmund. Well, they'll give it on the right-hand side and move it as Jambra down to about the 5.5-yard line.
DeMarzo, number 11, on the stop.
So DeMarzo comes up, makes the hit, but not before
6-yard line.
Jambra gets just inside the 6. Literally, we're at that 5.5-yard line. For once, my eagle eye was working. 3:16 on the clock. 7-7. The Warriors knocking on the door here with third down and a little more than 3 yards. Power eye backfield. Kaczynski's in. Left-hand side. Jambra's got some room. Jambra rolls into the end zone. Touchdown, WA. As they use a little power formation and busted it up, busted through, and busted down the house goes number 30, Vincenzo Jambra. Here comes the extra point for Wyoming area, and that'll be Russin running in. Gets the block. He's got some time. Relax. Got 10 seconds on the clock. So here comes the high snap. Pisano puts it down. It's blocked. And the whistle blows it dead. So a blocker up front there from Crestwood. Looks like Logan Arnold could have been involved there. 2:54, 13-7. The Warriors in front here in Mountaintop. Thanks again for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Thank our friend, the John Hulick Agency, 570-574-1419. Our Carol and Janelle, the pizza capital of the world. Head over to the Takeaway Kitchen. How about Jonathan Comets at Comets Law? They are located at 46 Public Square in Wilkes-Barre. Injury lawyer? Give Jonathan Comets and his team a call, 829-1111. They are the one to call, 829-1111. Injury lawyer, Jonathan Comets. So it'll be Russin teeing this thing up. Crestwood looking to make a return here with 2:54 to go, trailing by a score. Russin boots this thing, and it bounces into the end zone. So a nice job. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Comets.
Ball was kicked in the end zone. Comets will take over 1st and 10 at the 20.
So let's see what Schultz and crew could do here for the Crestwood Comets. As Ryan Arcangeli and his coaching staff will chat a little bit about what they want. They got a bunch of experienced coaches here in the staff at Crestwood. Warriors show a little bit of height up front. 2 receivers over to the far right, 2 receivers to the left, including Arnold. Schultz will have a guy right next to him. 5 front there for the Warriors. And coming up defensively, a nice stop.
Number 17 on the carry. Upended at about the 25-yard
Kreitzer
line.
gets the carry, and guess what I got to do? I got to pronounce this guy's name.
2nd and 5.
And that is Usama Ansari, Alansari. Usama Alansari with the tackle. I'm not going to get you wrong again there, Alansari. Nice job, bud. All right, 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Crestwood, they'll have that single back in the backfield right next to Schultz. Hardy is the guy. They'll bring a guy in motion, and they'll keep it. Schultz trying to go forward, and he gets up across the 28-yard line near the 29. Trying to follow a couple of blockers. And you're in a nice situation now. Okay, so let's see. We've got a short possibility here.
Down at the 29-yard line where it's going to be 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd down. I think it's 3rd and more than 1. And it is just a little bit more than 1. But that's very manageable here for the Crestwood Comets here late in this first half. 1:40 and counting. Take your time, see if you get it, move from there. Under center. Oh boy, Arnold jumped forward. He did a shuffle, but you can't shuffle, and bunny hop forward. That's a no-no. So it's going to back him up 5. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. Arnold, one of the top players this year for the Crestwood Comets.
Illegal procedure against the Comets. We're going to back them up 5 yards and try 3rd down again.
1 minute and 27 seconds here in the first half. Homecoming tonight here at Crestwood. Looked like everything got taken care of. The ceremony was like right around 5 o'clock today when we showed up to get ready to film tonight here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Want to thank our executive producer tonight, Johnny Mendola, cameraman Jay Meniscus, getting it all done here tonight in Mountaintop. So here comes a different look, and Blaze Sokach Minnick saying, nuh-uh, nothing happening, as Brendan Dennis gets pushed out of bounds.
Dennis, 34 on the carry.
That'll bring up 4th down. Pizzano will head back for the punt return. Petrosky trying to loosen up that arm a little bit. I'm not sure if he's got a stiff shoulder or what's going on, but he made a touchdown catch. And the only score for Crestwood. So they're going to kick this away. Wyoming area rushed that pretty good. Not a very good kick, but it will take a Comet bounce, a very good Comet bounce. So Rolling down to the 40-yard line, and that is where Wyoming area will start out with a $1:09 on the clock. 60 yards till pay dirt. See what they could do. So we thank our friend Daryl Hubbard here, State Farm in Mountaintop, for helping us out here on the John Mendola Show. Pick up a copy of our football magazine at Daryl Hubbard State Farm, right here on Route 309. I want to thank McCarthy Tire, location in Wilkes-Barre. Family owned since 1926. So they'll send Blaze Sokach Minute over to the far right-hand side. He could be the guy to go to. Williams will look, trying to look for a matchup. Sokach Minute, no, they give it straight forward and nothing doing there as the Crestwood defense does a nice job. So that gets stopped. And it'll be second down as they get 1.5.
On the stop, pick up a 2.
Jombra carry that ball. He wears number 30 tonight. 2 receivers over to the right. So they'll send over Sigmund to the far left. Williams is looking. Williams in the flat. It's picked. Oh, that was a gimme in the flat. Almost picked off. And, oh, man. Unfortunate situation right there for the Crestwood Comets as Schultze had that right in his paws and just couldn't squeeze it. Sokach Minnick will trot off over to the far left. Williams will run in with 32.2 seconds to go, and the Warriors of Wyoming area leading 13-7 over Crestwood here in Mountaintop, PA. One word, Mountaintop. A confirmation from Jim McGovern, who grew up in Mountaintop today. Guys in the backfield, they'll give it straight forward, and the fullback will bounce up around the 46-yard line. The clock will just keep moving. That will probably do the half here, as it'll be 4th down and a little itsy-bitsy, like 4 yards. But 13 seconds on the clock. Crestwood's not calling a timeout. Wyoming area's not calling a timeout. Wait a minute. Somebody's calling a timeout. Wyoming area is calling a timeout. No, the referee says, no, you're rolling. Roll the clock. We're out. 13-7. WA leading Crestwood tonight here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Want to thank our friend, the John Hulick Agency, Knights of Columbus, 570-574-1490 for the John Hulick Agency. The second half coming your way. The Warriors head to the stands. The Comets head to the locker room. We'll be back here with the second half here in the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. All right, here we go. Getting ready for the second half between the Crestwood Comets and the Wyoming Area Warriors. It is 13-7. The Warriors lead at the half. And yes, in case you're wondering, I always turn down the audio at half. So I appreciate you logging in there, Logan, and checking us out here. We're ready to go. The Comets look like they're warmed up and seeing if they can fire up and bring home the W here in the second half. Thanks for joining us on Roku, on YouTube, on Apple TV, on Facebook Live, on Periscope. The John Mendola Show. You can just sit back, relax, hang out, and watch us live every week for high school football. We also got some high school soccer coming your way next week. So it'll be the Warriors of Wyoming area will kick it away. Crestwood won the toss in the first half, and they decided to defer to say, hey, give it to us here in the second half, and that's where they're at. But they trail by 6 to the Warriors. They will send back a couple of their return specialists, Nick Cruiser, Brendan DeMarzo. So Cruiser is a senior. DeMarzo, he is a senior. And going to kick it away, Jaden Russin. Oh, it's a quick hitter here, and Crestwood getting up to the 40-yard line. Man, the bodies hit the floor there as Rustin just ran down. Looked like he was just trying to nail people. So Vaney on the return gets it up to the 40-yard line. That's where it'll be 1st and 10. Only touchdown tonight was Schultz getting it over to his buddy, number 3, Ryan Petrosky, playing receiver. Eye for the Crestwood Comets. Schultz gives it in the backfield. Left-hand side. Running forward and running strong. Go the Comets. So they give it over to number 42, Jimmy Holly, 5'9", $190.
Out to the 47-yard line. A gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Petrosky hanging over by the coach, Ryan Arcangeli, the short sleeves. 2 receivers over to the left, eye backfield, and Schultz will go under center. Wyoming area penetration as Holly tried to fight forward, but Wyoming area right there. Coming up at the bottom of that pile, Blaze, So-Catch, Minnick. Once again, that nose tackle, he's all over the place as well. Bryce Hinkle. So Crestwood needs to get just beyond the 50-yard line into Warrior territory. They'll bring Petrosky over to the left-hand side. They're guarding him about 6 yards off Pisano. You're going to throw a little 3-yard dink? No, you're going to run it on the right-hand side and bolting forward right near the sticks, and just enough for the first down will be the Crestwood Comets. So Jimmy Holly with a first down run here for Crestwood with the 3 yards and the cloud of dust. According to dust is going to be those little black pebbles that get thrown up when you're on the turf. 2 receivers over to the right side. Schultz will have 2 guys in the backfield, including Jimmy Holly. Schultz. Holly's making a move. Holly on the left-hand side, spun around down to the 38-yard line and good enough for a Crestwood Comet first down. So Crestwood coming out and saying, we're going to run the football. That's what we're going to do. And it's working so far for Crestwood as a double stick mover here to start this half. The chain gang getting some work. The Warriors lead 13-7. Eye backfield. Schultz under center. He gives it left-hand side. Jimmy Holly running forward. And he goes forward for a couple of yards and running behind that Comet offensive line. So Russin over there coming up from the bottom of that pile. Also number 51, Hinkle. Jimmy Hawley, 5'9", 190-pound senior. Under 9 minutes to play here in quarter number 3 in the Comets, trying to put together a drive. Schultz will talk to his running back. And he'll also have number 33, Alex Romanowski, in front. High backfield, long count here. Schultz, Hawley, fake. Schultz got all kind of room on that right-hand side. Schultz for a first down, and Schultz inside the 25-yard line. So you lull him to sleep, you lull him to sleep, you lull him to sleep. And Schultz keeps it on the right-hand side for a Comet first down. The Warriors have a player down right now with 8:32 to go, and Crestwood driving. Timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout here as well. Thank our friends at Comets Law. Injury lawyer, give Jonathan Comets on 46 Public Square. Call 829-1111. That's Comets Law, the one to call. Call injury lawyer Jonathan Comets. Oh, here we go, Crestwood. Jimmy Hawley looking for room, and Jimmy Hawley gets tripped up there. Bruck on the tackle. We'll get a few.
Down to the 23-yard line.
So it'll be second down and 7 here for the Crestwood Comets. Ball spotted right around that 23-yard line. 13-7, the Warriors of Wyoming area lead it here tonight. The band is here. Some fans are here. This is what you got going on right now here in Mountaintop. Hawley, left side. Hawley trying to break through a tackle. Hawley runs into a couple of players before Harrows finally takes him down. But positive yardage here for Crestwood. And we're going to grind. We're going to grind. We're going to grind. Third down and 2 here for Crestwood. So I backfield here. Jimmy Hawley's been the simple name, simple guy. Warrior stacking the box. Schultz going forward. Schultz gets down to the 15-yard line. I think he's going to have enough for a first down.
And that is a
chain gang is moving.
Ball's placed at the 16-yard line.
Crestwood Comets offensive line right now doing the job here against the Wyoming area Warriors. But they trail by 6. They'll send a receiver over to the far right. Logan Arnold, the tight end, will be on the left. It'll be DeMarzo. Nobody covering him in the slot. Now they'll bring somebody over and an I backfield. Schultz, you thinking Jimmy Hawley? Yes, it's Jimmy Hawley. He's a bouncer. Jimmy Hawley bouncing towards the end zone. They'll say he's just a little bit short.
Well, there's 2 different marks. Let me see.
So the old
Marking
bounce
him at the 3-yard
is
line.
Jimmy Hawley will bust down, and they'll put everything down and say, we got 1st and goal here for the Crestwood Comets.
1st and goal from the 3.
So Schultz now will go under center. Jimmy Hawley will line up in the tailback position. Schultz to Hawley. Hawley left side. Hawley in for the touchdown for the Crestwood Comets. They tie it up. So Jimmy Hawley showing how to run the rock tonight here in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. As he ran that ball, and he ran it some more, and he scores for the Comets of Crestwood. Here comes the extra point. All important right now, this stage of the game by Shudak. And offsides, WA. Does Ryan Arcangeli say, you know what, we're going to go for 2?
Shudak for the point after.
Is he going to think about it? Nope. He said, we're going for 1. Talked to his assistant coach, let's just kick it. We're not going to fool around here. Shudak will eye that up. Roll over there. Mom's videotaping with the cell phone right now, saying, kick it through, son. And he kicks it up, and he kicks it through. 14-13. The Crestwood Comets take the lead over the Wyoming Area Warriors. And we got a pretty darn good ball game here on the mountains of northeastern Pennsylvania. This is Mountaintop, man. Thank you for joining us on the John Mendola Show, on YouTube Live, on Roku, on Apple TV, on Periscope, on Facebook Live. The John Mendola Show with you every Friday night here in the regular season for high school football. Of course, we got some soccer games we've given you this year. Want to thank our friends at our Carol and Janelle, the pizza capital of the world, and the Takeaway Kitchen. Manuka Subaru, it's all we do, located in the Manuka section of Scranton. Looking for that brand new Subaru? Visit Manuka Subaru. It's all we do. And then our friends at Comets Law, located on 46 Public Square in Wilkes-Barre. Looking for an injury attorney? Give Jonathan Comets and his team a call. They are the one to call, 570-829-1111. Jonathan Comets, injury lawyer, located in Wilkes-Barre. So Wyoming area short a player. They're looking to get one on here for the kick return crew. There is 6:20 on the clock, and Crestwood up by a little itsy-bitsy spider, 14-13 tonight. After a long drive and a whole lot of Jimmy Hawley will boot this thing short. Wyoming area grabs this right around the 30-yard line and brought down quickly there. Will be, I think that's Hyzinski. Double check that. Number 42, Rich Hyzinski. Just kind of caught it, and Crestwood shot out of a cannon, came down and had pretty good kick coverage.
Going to be Warrior ball, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
.6:17 on the clock. 14-13 is the score. Here come the Warriors. Williams, left-hand side. They got a little bit of wiggle room there as Harrows came out. Arnold came over to finish. And you got to be careful there with Logan Arnold on that. They get up to the 40-yard line. That'll give them, about 4.5, almost 5.
2nd and 5.
So second down here for the Wyoming area Warriors. They'll try to see if they can matriculate down the field as well. They'll have Russin as the tight end over on the left-hand side. 2 tight ends, and very, very tight in the backfield is the fullback and the running back. They give it to the right-hand side and trying to get some yardage there. It was Harrows.
22 in the carry.
He'll get up to the 44-yard line. Exactly right at that stripe. He's got to get to the 45, so it'll be third down and 1 full yard for a first down. So a tight splits. Wyoming area. Williams goes forward. Williams has the first down, and the Warriors of Wyoming area moving on. No. So they get up to the 46-yard line. First and 10, 14-13. The Comets of Crestwood lead the Wyoming area Warriors. Two receivers over to the left. I backfield for the Warriors of Wyoming area. Williams going to look to throw. He's going to bombs away it on Rocco Pisano. And just a little deep over on that side. But a good look. I think that was Vaney over there guarding. Marcus Vaney, 5'10", $165, guarding Rocco Pisano. And we got a Warrior down right now. So look what's going on here at the 4:33 mark. So they'll tend to that player and see what's happening here for the Warriors. Take a little audio timeout for a moment as we got a cramper. So here comes the Warriors. Harris on the left-hand side. Harris gets around the corner. Harris has a little bit of room. Makes a cut down to the 45, the 43-yard line. He's got a first down. So Harris with the direct snap does the job there.
Ball was carried down to the 42-yard line. First and 10 Warriors.
So here comes Wyoming area now moving the football, trailing by 1. Now we got flags all over the place.
Flag prior to the snap. Ball start against the Warriors. Going to back them up 5 yards. We'll try that again.
So a 5-yard penalty here against Wyoming area. Straight up the middle, they get right back to maybe the line of scrimmage on that. 3:40 and counting. Crestwood leads by 1 over Wyoming area tonight. The ball spotted at the 44-yard line.
Benjamin 26.
Dallas leads Pittston area tonight.
Second down and 12.
Scranton Prep over Western Wayne tonight. Williamsport over Wyoming Valley West. Tunkhannock leading Nanticoke. So here we go. Harrow's going to throw a jump baller. It goes way down there, but nothing doing. So a little backyard football there as House tried to get one out, and then Williams will come over, and they'll have a chat with him. Third down here for the Warriors of Wyoming area, trailing by 1. 3:02 on the clock. The clock has stopped on that incomplete pass. Bunch of receivers over on the right-hand side. They'll pitch it over to the right. They're looking to throw. No, it's Harrow's trying to hold on to it, but the Comets are all over it defensively. What a play defensively there for Crestwood.
In the backfield, slowing down long enough for a couple other Comets.
Great job back there as Kakalajczyk and crew help out for the Comets, and are playing some stiff defense, leading by 1. DeMarzo will go back, and the Warriors will be forced to kick it away. Now, you'll see over time, Wyoming area try some tricks. I don't think this is the time you try a fake punt, especially when it's 4th down and a whole bunch. But they'll try to kick it away and pin Crestwood deep. Russin, beautiful bomber, right down to about the 11-yard line, and that is where the Crestwood Comets will be in business. 89 yards till pay dirt. Can they do it? 2-12. But they lead by 1. That's always a good feeling. So the Crestwood Comets here at home in Mountaintop on a beautiful fall evening here in October. Columbus Day weekend. A lot of people getting that extra day to just chill. And Crestwood might get a little extra time to chill because next week we believe their game against Hanover area is not going to happen because Hanover dealing with some COVID situations, and again, that's a fluid situation. Anything can happen. So here's Schultz. He's got an eye backfield. What are you thinking? Jimmy Hawley? No, we fake it. Schultz is going to throw it, play action, and got it in the dirt there.
Pass was incomplete.
As he intended that to get to Alex Romanowski. 2:07 on the clock. So here comes Crestwood, 2 receivers over to the left-hand side. Haven't seen Petrosky this half. Used him very sparingly. Again, we think he's banged up just a bit. Hope he's okay because he's a very good athlete, that's for sure. Give it a left-hand side, and they got some wiggle room over there. Still on his feet is Jimmy Hawley. He's got a Comet first down.
Out to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Comets.
Jimmy Hawley, he kind of reminds me he's running like a wild dog on the leash, and he's just trying to get away from that leash, and he's wild and out of control when he ran that football, that one. And that's what you want right now. Reckless abandon here for the Comets following that offensive line. 1st and 10 here for the Comets. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. Schultze under center. I'll give it to Hawley. Hawley on the right-hand side. Jimmy Hawley's got some room. Jimmy Hawley up across the 44-yard line.
Taken down at about the 45-yard line.
Is it me or does he look like Lenny Kelly? It must be the number thing at Jimmy Hawley, but he's busting up and busting through that Warrior defense. And the Comets have another chain gang mover right now here in quarter number 3, leading by 1. Schultz under center. Eye backfield. Warriors are bringing the kitchen sink, and they get him in the backfield immediately. So the Warriors sell out and say, he ain't going to do that again, pal.
Hawley hit
As
the backfield.
Nasir Khandri headed into the backfield. Loss of 4.5.
Khandri, number 52, made the tackle. A loss of 4, 2nd down and 14.
So 2nd down and long with 38 seconds on the clock. 2 receivers over to the left. DeMarzo will have one of his buddies over there with him. That'll be Cruiser. They'll bring a guy in motion, and they'll try to get it around the corner. Jimmy Holly busted up, but again with that loss on the play, he'll get to the 49-yard line. Very positive yardage from Holly. They'll actually spot it at the 48. That'll be the final play of the quarter, so it'll be third down for the Crestwood Comets. When quarter number 4 comes about, 14-13, Crestwood in front on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. All right, here we go. Quarter number 4, Crestwood third down. Wyoming area showing they're bringing every single player. Jimmy Holly right side, who's there again. First guy there was Nasir Condry. Stopped it, slowed it down, and then 3-4 Warriors.
Warriors after him. Loss on the play.
Big loss, and Crestwood will be forced to kick it away here. Dallas 28-7 over Pittston area. Oh, this is a boomer. It's super high and it's super wiggly. And Harris makes a last second, hey, I'm going to catch this at the 25. Valley View in a romper room over Honesdale, 39-0. So we got a 14-13 game. It's a one-pointer. Tunkhannock leading Nanticoke 29-14. 26-13, Wyoming Valley West trails Williamsport. Scranton Prep 34-14. North Pocono and Riverside knotted at 13 apiece. So here come the Warriors. Williams will say, hey, Russin, go over to the right-hand side. He does. Now he brings Jambra, and now it's, wait a minute, we got double zeros on the clock. Timeout, WA. It took too long to develop. 11:14 on the clock. Timeout, WA. All right, here we go. So first down and a timeout. And then we'll double reverse the action. Jobber on the right-hand side. Jobber's got some room. Jobber makes a cut. Jobber's still on his feet. Was that a flag I saw out of the corner of my eye? Jambra has got a first down, but yes, there's no flag on that play. What are you talking about? That's a first down run from Vincenzo Jambra up to the 43-yard line. Cheerleaders, the band here in Mountaintop tonight. They're going to send over number 14, Alansari. Right-hand side, Jobber. Jobber's got room. Jobber's still on his feet. He's biffled down there in the secondary, but not before he gets into Comet territory.
Jobber number 30 on the carry again. We're out to about the 49-yard line where it's going to be second
and
down
two. 10-17 on the clock. We're in the fourth quarter here. I backfield. Alansari on the far left-hand side, guarded closely by Vaney. They'll go straight forward, sneak it up, and that's going to be a chain gang, a mover.
Quarterback keeper up over the middle.
For Wyoming area.
First down, Warriors.
So Williams, and now the Warriors are surging forward. So the Warriors showing a little bit of their weight room work ethic, getting some offense going here, up front with that offensive line. Williams is going to throw. Williams looking. Alansari, we got a flag on the backfield in the area of holding. And this should back up the Warriors 10 yards.
Chop block against the Warriors.
So the penalty happened at the 45-yard line. So they're going to take him back. Not 10, but 15 yards.
And put the ball down at the 40-yard
So
line.
they are at the 40, and then they've got to go, 25, 27 yards for a first down. That's a couple. All right, here we go. Two receivers over to the left-hand side. Single receiver to the right. What do you draw up here on a first down and 27? You don't draw anything up because now you've got, first down at 32.
Ball's going to be placed on the 35-yard line.
Screen, a draw. What do you do here? Just try to get some positive yards. You're backing yourself up here for the Warriors. Or you could just say, hey, throw it up to Usama Alansari on the far left. Williams gives it on the right-hand side. Zinski runs it forward up across the 42-yard line. So it'll be second down after they get a few back. Warriors of Wyoming area trail by one with the Crestwood Comets here in the John Madola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service in Wilkes-Barre. Thanks for joining us tonight. Comet fans, Warrior fans, and just in general, some high school football fans here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Two receivers to the left. Tight eye backfield here for Wyoming area. Left-hand side. They give it. And the Crestwood defense does the job.
On the left side.
A Warrior is down.
Hawley was the first to hit him.
So Jimmy Hawley makes the tackle. Getting up slowly.
We have a timeout on the field.
Looks like that's Harrows. But we have a timeout now after the injury with 8:17 to play. As Harrows gets up and kind of heads out, and he'll get a round of applause.
And we'll get back to play. The ball's on the 43-yard line where it's third down and long.
So 3 receivers will come over to the left-hand side. Watch the hook and ladder. Something Wyoming area has loved to do over the years. They set up for that possibility here. Williams going to look to throw. They're going to throw to the right-hand side. Nobody home. And a late flag coming in. They're going to say, we got a harassing of the quarterback. That's what I'm thinking.
Flag on the play.
No, a hold. Holding by the Warriors.
Against the Warriors.
I thought the referee had an angle and said, hey, what do we got going here? But we got a hold on in the backfield. 8 minutes exactly on the clock.
It'll be fourth down.
Probably the right call because you get third down again and you get a silly penalty that would give them an automatic first down. Not something you want if you're the Crestwood Comets. That'll force Russin to punting. Russin, high, gorgeous looking kick, textbook. And DeMarzo makes the handy catch over there. And the Comets and Jimmy Hawley looking to come out and run the football. I want to thank our friend, the John Hulick Agency, 570-574-1419. Also, Daniel J. Hughes Funeral Home, compassionate care, professional service in the greater Wilkes-Barre area. Give Daniel J. Hughes a call, 570-826-0600. 2 locations, 617 Cary Ave, 451 North Main Street for Daniel J. Hughes Funeral Home. Backfield, Crestwood. Jimmy Hawley, right side. Jimmy Hawley, left side. Jimmy Hawley spinning around and not much doing there because Wyoming area is selling out saying, I dare you. I dare you to run the football. Here's what I would do. I'd slip in number 3. If you're the Crestwood Comets, throw them over on your sideline to the far right. Get some one-on-one coverage, Petrosky, and just see if you can lull the Warriors to sleep with Petrosky on this right-hand side. And don't bring a safety over. You got single coverage. And they're trying to see what they can do to get that done. And it's an I backfield. They're going to throw it. They're going to throw it deep out and caught it. Good old Brendan DeMarzo.
DeMarzo, number 11, out to the 30.
Yep, the chain gang is going to move, and I think you had to do that to loosen up that defense a little bit. Selling out. 8 guys in the box. They're coming after you. They know Jimmy Hawley was effective in running the ball. I think right now, if you're Crestwood, bleed the clock as best as you could to try to give Wyoming area less opportunities. I backfield. You're going to see Jimmy Hawley on this carry as it backed off the Warriors a bit up front. Jimmy Hawley gets submarined as soon as he carried the football. Nice job there by the Warriors' interior line. Elko and Hinkle right there. Bruck in there as well. Second down and 9. But guess what? Tick, tick, tick. We start getting into the 6-minute mark here. Warriors trying to get a little bit of enthusiastic here as Russin and Elko will try to see what they can do. DeMarzo goes over to the left. Jimmy Hawley in the eye. 5-man front here for Wyoming area. Schultz long count. Left-hand side, Jimmy Hawley, little shuffle step, nothing doing, and the Warriors stack it up one more time. Less time, though, 6:20 and counting, so it's going to be third down and long. And again, You're just thinking of it logically. Let's run the clock the best we could and hope we can stop the Warriors. The Warriors, the last drive, stopped themselves. They had 1 million penalties on that drive. But Wyoming area had some effective, positive running. 5:55 to now go. Right-hand side, single receiver, 2 receivers over to the left. I backfield. Schultz trying to run that clock. We're down to 10 seconds on the play clock. They'll bring a guy in motion. It's DeMarzo. Long count. Play action. Looking to throw. It's going to be Schultz. He's got a wide open DeMarzo. He overthrew him by 1.5 yards. Oh! That stinks. So both quarterbacks had opportunities. Williams overthrew his guy, and Schultz overthrew his guy, but just a little bit. A little more air. That does stop the clock at 5:36. Again, the Warriors put together a drive for a touchdown, for a field goal, for something. Crestwood will boot this thing down. It is picked up quickly by Harrows, and Harrows gets somebody jumping on his back, and he is taken down right at the 42-yard line. So great coverage there. I think that's Marcus Vaney, number 5, the senior.
It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line for the Warriors.
Thanks for joining us here on the John Mendola Show on YouTube, on Roku, on Apple TV. We're all over the place. Tell your friend. Appreciate you joining us here tonight. Wyoming area now with a chance to put together a game-winning drive. 5:28. Right-hand side. Are they going to come to life here? Oh, yeah. Big run there by Harrows.
22 over the right side.
So Harrows gets right near the sticks. He's going to have enough for a first down, and Harrows is down. But he'll get back up. He'll peel himself off the ground. And the whistle will stop as Harrows got biffled. 5:20, 14-13. The Comets lead, clinging to a lead. But Wyoming area appears like they're hungry to try to drive this thing down and score. Well, here we go. It is the Wyoming area Warriors now on first down. Williams gives it. It is Vincenzo Chambra shot down over there on that right-hand side. A couple of Comets coming up off the pile, including Hawley.
Hawley, number 42 in the tackle. A gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Also helping out over there, number 36, Ryan Harding. 2nd down and 8. Dig a little deeper. Weight room work. Who wants it more? Endurance, you name it. We're here in the 4th quarter with a heck of a football game between these two. Blaze, Sokach, Minnick on the right side. Williams looking to throw. Williams, we got a flag down.
And a flag part of the snap.
It's going to go against Wyoming area. We got a falsy.
And it's showing
falsy start.
Legal procedure against the Warriors. They're going to back it up 5 yards and try that again. Ball's going to be placed on the 49.
Time never gets put back on the clock.
2nd down.
Gorgeous night for football here in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. The Crestwood Comets. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line. Sokach Minnick over on the far right. Will send over their buddy on the far left-hand side. Alan Sari. Williams gives it left-hand side. He's got Harrows. Harrows runs into. Oh, what a hit right there. A big hit there. But number 55 of the Crestwood Comets throw it over to Wyatt Urbanovich. 6 feet, 215 pounds sophomore biggest hit there by Urbanovich.
All right.
Harris, he keeps going, and he keeps getting banged up, and he keeps coming off. So he's been done that about 4 times. Somebody's got to pull the plug right now on Harris, who just keeps wanting to come in. 3:51 on the clock. The Wyoming area Warriors. Alan Sari on the far right. He's matched up against Vaney. Jomber's going to come in motion here. You can just feel it. Here comes Jomber. Deep motion. Williams. Fake pitch. Trying to give it the inside. A little. They didn't know what to do. And stopped again. Number 55, Urbanovich, another tackle. It's a throw-me-down WWE move for the Crestwood Comets, and it's 4th down. Remember Crestwood and what I said about 4 minutes ago. Tick, 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 tick. Well, hey, you look at the clock. We're down to 3:12. That clock is ticking, and looks like the Warriors are saying we're going for it here on 4th down. Is that possible with 3:03 to go? And the Crestwood Comet faithful trying to bring up the noise, the sidelines as well. I would kick this thing away. But now the Warriors, Williams, he's going to throw it. Williams throws a bomberoni. He's got nobody back there, and it falls to the ground with 2:45 to play. So not a hesitation from the Warriors of Wyoming area to say, let's think about this, let's kick it. No, they said we're going for it. And they trail right now 14-13. Can the Comets salt the game away here at the 49-yard line, leading by that 1 point? The Comets looking for a big signature win. 2 receivers over to the left. Who's getting it? Jimmy Hawley, 100% on this one. Hawley, right side. Jimmy Hawley is rode down right near midfield by Elko, but the clock will tick, and it's 2:35 to go. Warriors going to start thinking, okay, timeouts. What are we going to do here? So I wouldn't even throw any receivers over to the outside. That's all a gimmick right now because nothing's going on here for Wyoming area. They are sending the kitchen sink at Crestwood. Fullback, tailback, talking. The only chance you have is to bounce it. Jimmy Hawley gets the ball, and he runs forward, and he runs over a would-be tackler for 4 or 5 yards. So he found some kind of a hole somehow, some way, and there's a $1:52 on the clock. Timeout Warriors on 3rd down. So 3rd down and about 3.5 here. Well, it'll almost be 4. I think they got to get just shy of the 41-yard line. We appreciate you joining us here in the John Mendola Show. Thank our friend Daniel J. Hughes Funeral Home. Compassionate care, professional service, servicing the greater Wilkes-Barre area. 2 locations, 617 Cary Ave, 451 North Main Street, 570-826-0600 for Daniel J. Hughes Funeral Home. Riverside Golf, you've seen the stories on the John Mendola Show. Lake Lehman football team, we've interviewed them. The Dallas football team. Tonight, we'll do some interviews. Will it be the Crestwood Comets? Will it be the Wyoming area Warriors? You'll see those interviews live. Or not live, but you'll see them on the John Mendola Show. You're seeing high school football right now live on the John Mendola Show. We appreciate you joining us. Check us out on your Roku unit. Throw it up on your TV. It looks absolutely great to watch live high school football. 3rd down and a little less than 4. Schultz under center. Long count. Could he draw them off? Somebody did a little wiggle. Timeout Crestwood. That does nothing bad for Crestwood. They try to, hello, and it didn't work. But it is 3rd down and less than 5. Just remember that. So you get that penalty if you do draw them off. You could try the old shifty. Do you shift? Maybe. But you're looking to salt away and get a monster win against the Warriors of Wyoming area, and then you go into basically a bye week. We're almost in like the NFL. It's COVID time, and just relax. But don't give up on these Wyoming area Warriors. No chance of that, man. When you have a state championship team and you got a couple of players coming back from that, a lot of experience, graduated, sure. But these guys remember and know what it takes. Here is Crestwood. Third down right now. Jimmy Holly left side. Jimmy Holly. Oh, he escapes the would-be. Jimmy Holly's got a first down. And the Crestwood Comets fire it up. The Volunteer Fire Company whistles. First down, Crestwood. Announcer Bill excited here in Mountaintop. So the clock is going to run here for Crestwood. Hold on to the football, see if they can put it away. And this would be a monster one if the Crestwood Comets are able to get it done. Receiver over to the right-hand side, DeMarzo. Comets are going to take a knee. The Crestwood Comets got a $1:04 timeout WA. 1:03 will be on the clock. Want to thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service. We are driven by McCarthy Tire. Manuka Subaru, it's all we do. Comets Law, Jonathan Comets and his crew. Down there in 46 Public Square. He is an injury lawyer. Give Jonathan Comets a call. They are the one to call, 829-1111. Crestwood Comets will try to take the snap, take a knee, put this thing away. And it's a tough pill to swallow for the Wyoming area Warriors tonight. Trailing by 1 to Crestwood. Ryan Arcangeli looking for a big win for this program. This one is it. I think this is a big win for Crestwood. Lake Lehman will be coming up at the end of the month. And I think we'll get one more snap here out of Crestwood. One more snap will do it. And the Crestwood Comets are going to get a monster win here on the mountain. 14-13 against the Wyoming area Warriors. Lots of respect. Arcangeli gets hit with the ice water. He doesn't budge. He is fired up and thrilled for his Comets of Crestwood to get the win tonight here as the players give a little congratulatories on both sides, and this is where we're at here with COVID. Just they're lined up one side, the Warriors are lined up on the other side. Coach Arcangeli, Coach Spencer go over and chat a little bit, and congratulations to the Crestwood Comets on getting the win tonight. Well, that'll do it. 14-13, the final score. Crestwood victorious over Wyoming area tonight here in Mountaintop. I'm John Mendola. Thanks for joining us here in the John Mendola Show. We'll see you again next time here on the John Mendola Show as the Comets go and celebrate a huge win. Good night, everybody.